Hello, in this video we are going to cover statistical function in MS Excel part 1. I have categorized the statistical function into 6 and we have basics here: large and small, random number generation, negative to 0, rank, forecast and trend. We will cover forecast and trend in the next part 2 session of statistical function. Now let us listen on the basics of statistical function. I hope these functions are very much familiar to you guys. So these functions are frequently used by you, and also it might be beneficial for your future purpose also. So that is why I am just briefing once again on these functions like average, median, mode, standard deviation, min, max. So here you can see that from A1 to Q1 we have some cell values, and in these cell values we are performing these functions also. So average is a function used to calculate the average of a group of numbers. So here you can see the function or the formula over the formula bar itself equals average of A1 to Q1. So to select a particular cell range, so you have a shortcut key for that. What is that shortcut key? Put the cursor on the first cell. If you have the data towards down, then you have to press Ctrl, Shift and down arrow. If you have the data on a sidewise, then you have to press Ctrl, Shift on that side arrow mark. So here I have the data on the right hand side. So I am pressing Ctrl, Shift and right arrow key. This will help you to easily select the cell range values. So no need to drag from the cell 1 to cell 2, or no need to select pressing the shift key from first cell to the last cell. So by using the control plus shift plus this arrow key will help you to select the cell range values. So apply the formula or the shortcut key while you using the functions like this: equals average of. So you have to type like this: equals average. So you can also press tab to select the function. So here you can see that when I press A, it will list out, the Excel will list out all the functions which begins with A. So we have to use average, right? So I am typing V also. So here we have the functions with starting AV. So from this I am selecting the average function using the down arrow key, and I am pressing the tab key. So it will be automatically opens till the open bracket. Now you have to enter the parameters only. So for selecting the parameter or the cell range value, I am putting my cursor on the first cell and I am pressing Ctrl Shift and the right arrow key. And now all the cell values are selected. Now I am closing the bracket and I am pressing the enter. So here is the result. So in this result also, if you want to format, you can reduce the decimal part also. Okay. So I am just reducing the decimal part. So here is it. Now what is median? I will explain average if later. So what is a median? It is used to find out the middle number or the median. So from this range of values, it will find out the middle value. So equals median of that cell range value. You have to select the cell range as we did in the average function itself. And the function is median. Okay. And what about mode? Mode is used to find the most frequently occurring number. So here also the function is mode, equals mode of A1 to Q1. What about standard deviation? In maths or statistics, it is a very complex task to find out the standard deviation. You have to remember the formula, what are the x values, what are the x bar values, like that. What are the variance, like that. But in Excel, it is not at all an issue. You have to simply put the function stdev. It will calculate the standard deviation of a cell range values. So you have to simply type equals stdev bracket open and put the cell range there. It will calculate the standard deviation. So what about min and max? It is used to find out the minimum value and the maximum value. For finding the minimum value, we have to use min as the function, and for finding out the maximum value, we have to use max as the function. So it has also the argument like number 1, number 2, etc. So here also we have the cell ranges. So we are putting the cell range over here also. Equals min of A1 to Q1 and equals max of A1 to Q1. Now let's look at on average if. Average if is a function also used or which is very much similar to average function. So we know that in average function we need to supply only the cell range values or the numbers. But in average if we have to supply one more argument, and that argument is the condition. So average if is used to find out the average of cell range value with a single condition. So you can see that here I applied a condition that is not equal to 0. That means if the cell range values having any cell which occupies 0 as the values, then omit that cell value and find out the average of the remaining cell values in which it occupies with a not null values. That means non-zero value. So find out the average of non-zero values. If there is any 0 value, please ignore those cells. So this is the condition. So here also I am applying equals average if of first argument as the cell range value, second argument is the condition. And for denoting the not equal symbol, here in Excel we have to use less than greater than symbol without putting any space in between. So you have to just type less than greater than. This symbol will denote the not equals. Okay, so this is how we calculate or we perform the average if. Now let's look at on large and small function. Large and small function is very much similar to minimum and maximum function that we did in the basics sheet. So min and max is also to find out the minimum and maximum value, that is the smallest value and the largest value. And here also large and small is also used to find out the largest value and smallest value, but the difference is it is based on a position. That means we will usually talk like this right now. The second last position, the second or the third last position, I am in the third position, or I am the first runner up, I am the second runner up, like that, no? So we are emphasizing the position of us, right? So that position based largest or smallest number, if we want to find out on that basis, then we have to use large and small instead of min and max. So here we have the data AAA till FFF. So we have 6 participants who participated in a particular game, and they have started that particular game in this starting time. As you can see that the starting time is different from each other. AA starts at 7 a.m. BB starts at 7:30, 7 hours 30 seconds a.m. CC starts at 1 a.m. like that. And their finishing time is also different. So here we have to find out the difference between the finishing time and the starting time. Then only we can find out the winners, right? So we are calculating the the fourth column as finishing time minus. So here you can see that this particular person wins within the 57 minutes, and this is the shortest time interval also. So he or she comes first. Then what about this 1:10:33? This is the second position and this is the third position. So how can we find out this position based? So the lesser time is the first winner, right? So we have to calculate the small, or we have to perform the function small here, since we have to find out the participant with lesser time. Okay, so here I applied equal small of the first argument is the array, that means this time interval as the array. We are finding out the position based winners on the basis of this time interval, right? So this should come as the first argument, this array. So I put this as the first argument from E9 to E14, and I have to find out the first position, right? So I am passing 1 as the second argument and close the bracket and enter key. So here we have 57 minutes is the shortest time interval. So that is the winner also. Now next one is we have to find out the second position, right? So from the same array. So equal small E9 to E14 comma 2. For finding out the third position, what will be the formula? Equal small of E9 to E14 comma 3. So this is what I did also here. So now we got the first, second and third winner. Okay. So now let's look at on the large function. So large function is also to find out a position based largest number. So here we can fetch the largest time interval in the first position. So equals large of same array comma 1. So it will output or generate the result the largest time interval over here. Okay. So and that is 2 hour 44 minutes 30 second. So this is the largest time interval. If I have put 2 here, it will generate the result of second last position of time, and that is 2870. So this is how we can perform the large and small function. Okay. Now next is random number generation. So random number generation is to generate numbers randomly, and here we have used two random functions like rand and rand between. If you want to generate random numbers from 0 to 1, then you can use rand function. This rand function doesn't have any argument to pass, so simply put equals rand bracket open bracket close and press enter key. Now you will get an answer or a result which will be in between 0 and 1. If you want to generate a series of numbers, then just drag it down or drag in any ways. You can drag to right or left, any manner you can drag it. You in whatever the requirement, you have to drag it down or drag it to right or drag it to left or drag it to up, anyways. Okay. So this random numbers or random functions are dynamic in nature. That means whenever we change a particular value, all the random numbers will be changed dynamically. The previously generated random numbers will not occur for the next random generation. So if I click anything on here, just look at on the screen, all the random numbers will be changed. See, all the random generated numbers are changed. So this is how, this is why we are saying that random number or random functions are dynamic in nature. So if you want to generate a particular numbers in between 0 and 1, then you have to use rand function. Okay, without any argument. And if you want to generate random numbers between a lower limit and an upper limit, then you have to use rand between. So here is it, equals rand between of my lower limit is 50 and the upper limit is 75. So it will generate the numbers between 50 and 75. So it is here, and when I drag it down, I got this as the result. Please make sure that your system will not generate the same result as I have, since the random functions are dynamic in nature. No one will get the same result in different system. Okay, whenever we press any change or we put any change on this sheet, these random numbers will change their values also. That is why it says that these random functions are dynamic in nature. Now let's look at on negative numbers to 0. So in some situation, before that I will explain this. So here we have A column and B column. This C column is a calculated one, that is $A1 minus $B1, that is this cell minus this cell. So as you can see that there is negative numbers as the result also, -7, -2, -4, -2, -1. So in some situation we do not want to generate these negative numbers. It might be like a negative feedback. So to avoid that negativity, we can switch this negative numbers to a particular number. Okay, so and remain the positive numbers unchanged. So instead of simply putting this minus subtraction operation over here, we have to use max function. So what this function means is equals max of 0, $A1 minus $B1. Okay, so this function means that subtract the cell values from A1 from A1 and B1. Okay, if the generated result is a negative number, please maximize that number to 0. If it is a positive number, remains same. Okay, this is what this function means for. That is, if the subtraction operation generates a negative indexing or negative number, negative result, please maximize that negative number to 0. So this is what happened here. So all the negative numbers will be switched to 0 or maximizes to 0 value. So negative to 0 can be applied like this. Okay, instead of using simply A1 minus B1, you have to use max of 0, A1 minus B1. Okay, now let's look at on the rank function. Here I have name column and total column. On the basis of total, we are putting the rank. So we have two functions over here, rank and rank average. So what is this rank function? Rank function in Excel returns the rank of a number in a list of numbers. Okay, so here we have the total marks. On the basis of total mark, we will put the rank. So greatest or largest the total will result as the first rank. Lowest the total will result as the last rank holder. So here we have the formula equals rank of B2, that is on the basis of total mark, comma range values, that is this total, the whole total cell values, comma the third argument is the order, that is ascending or descending. So 0 denotes the descending and 1 denotes the ascending. If you are not putting any argument as the third argument, it by default taken as the descending manner. That means it will automatically or default value will be 0 if you omitted that third argument in the rank function. Okay, so here also we need the descending order format. So I put enter key and just I drag it down, I got the remaining rank also. So as you can see that I am applying a conditional formatting here. Okay. So before that I am going to select the cell and conditional formatting. I want to find out the duplicate ranks. Okay. Duplicate ranks. So you can see that the 9th rank is shared by UU and BB. So in this situation we might need to find out an average of their ranks. So in that case we can use rank.avg instead of rank function. So equals rank.avg of same arguments like we put in the rank function, the total cell value, comma, the total cell range values, comma, 0, and put the enter key. So as you can see that commonly shared rank is converted into an average rank, that is 9.5. Okay, so this is how we can use rank and rank.avg function. And when we have to use that rank.avg, in some situation we might not need to share a particular rank. In that case we can use rank.avg. Okay, so here comes the end of statistical function part 1. Forecast and trend we will be learn it in the next part of video lecturing. Thank you.